Hello and welcome back to another one with my flows. My name is Cole and it's wonderful to see you here again. I today will be putting you through a flow that is designed physically for the upper extremities, specifically focusing on where we hold a lot of stress. So the neck, the shoulders, and the upper spine. The reason that I created this flow is because when I hold stress, it manifests in these areas for me. So I feel a lot of tension in my neck, the shoulders, and the upper spine. And speaking to my friends and family, that seems to be the general consensus. It's generally agreed that we feel a lot of that tightness in our upper backs, our chests, and all of that area. So this flow is really designed to open and release. I'd say that is the theme in a roundabout way. So the theme of this flow is releasing and opening. So we're really trying to, especially if you've just woken up in the morning, I think this is a wonderful flow for you, even before bed. Just release those areas of our body that hold so much tension. So thinking about it, I mean, it only makes sense. We know a lot of people hold their stress and it manifests physically into the body. So for a lot of people, manifesting as knots, manifesting as tension within the muscle groups, within the plastic tissues. So today we're really going to work to open those up, stretch them, and work to release what is no longer serving us, like tension in the body. Perfect example. Thinking about this in a way where, mentally it's a factor as well. I mean, we want to release what no longer serves us. So not only are we going to be stretching through the physical body to release the tension that's no longer serving us, we're going to be focusing that into our mental space as well in terms of what's no longer serving me that I'm still holding on to, releasing that. I mean, it goes back to, I always bring it back to nature, and in nature, when like a plant has a leaf that's not doing so well, it doesn't hold on to it, it releases it, it falls, and it gets a new one, it starts anew. So we're going to bring in that renewed energy at the end through our Shavasana and just feeling the effects of our practice. I think this is a wonderful flow if you are again holding or experiencing any tension, looking to release anything as well, even if you're not experiencing that tension, maybe you just want a mental, spiritual kind of release there. In nature, in spirituality, we always talk about the cycles, right? Every cycle ends, another cycle can begin, and that cycle, I feel like, is energy. Energy isn't created nor destroyed, but energy moves. So we're going to really try to focus that energy from that stagnant, tense, to flowing through our bodies as it should always be. So grab your mat, grab some water. I always say have that ready. Grab a strap if you'd like. You can also have some blocks, but I feel the strap will be more beneficial. And we will get started with the neck. So we're going to try to work up and down. Or way up, down. You know what I'm saying. So we're going to start with just a little bit of gentle movements in the neck. So what we're going to do is on the inhale, starting from a nice neutral, seated, easy pose, nice straight back, grounded in all four corners of our sit bone. Again, if you have a little bit of trouble sitting up nice and tall, you can squeeze the shoulders together, pull the chest forward ever so slightly. Once here, we're going to inhale, look up, and exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Very good. We're going to do that 5 more times, and when you look up, you're just glancing up at the ceiling. We're not crunching the neck at all. It's a very gentle movement here to wake up the neck and get a little bit of movement in that area. Very, very good. We have 3 more. And exhaling, chin to chest. And again, you can go as fast, as slow, as feels good for you right now. And I really want you to focus on releasing that tension within the neck. So if you notice there's a little bit of tightness, just take notice to it. No judgments here. Just noticing where we're feeling things. Very good. On the next exhale, we're going to bring our right ear to our right shoulder. So we're going to kind of dip over to the right, inhale, and come back up. Very good. And then we're going to exhale to the left side this time. Inhale and come back up. Good. We're not really moving the shoulder too much. We're just gently moving the neck again, not crunching. Not crunching here. We've done this about 3 times. We're going to do it about 6 times total. So just another 3 rounds. gently moving the neck side to side. Again, we exhale to dip, and we inhale, come back. Very good. One more round at whatever pace is feeling good for you today. And then we're going to make a big U with our necks. So we're going to start by turning the neck to the left. Okay, so we took an exhale. And as we exhale, we're going to dip it down, bring it to our chest, and we inhale to come up on the other side. And we're going to do that again. So exhaling down, chin to chest. Then inhaling to come up on the left. Good, 2 more times. Exhale down. We're just creating a really beautiful U as we inhale up. Exhaling down, noticing if we have any tension. Let's do one more. One more. Nice big swoop. Very good. And gently come back to center, and we'll do some neck circles. So for our neck circles, we're going to do both directions. You can start whichever way that you'd like. I'm going to start towards my left, and the exhale taking my neck. And I'm just going to breathe here, making slow little movements as I rotate my neck counterclockwise 4 times total. And again, you can go as fast or slow as you'd like. Make sure we're not crunching the neck. If you hear any popping or cracking, that's totally fine. Once you're done with your 4 sides, or your 4 circles, you can switch sides. I'm going clockwise now. And if you hear any popping and cracking, that kind of goes back into our intention for today's practice, which is to release, create space, relieve tension. In my opinion, popping and cracking is just making space in the body. As long as it's not painful, of course. If anything's painful, as always, we stop. Inhale, look up, returning right back to our center. We're going to take a little bit of a neck stretch here. So we're going to take our right hand, bring it over to the left side of the neck. Once here, we're going to ever so gently bring that right ear back to that right shoulder on the exhale. Left hand walks out towards the left side, and we hold here. It's going to be a beautiful stretch in that side body of the left side of the neck. And holding here for 3 deep breaths. Now, if you'd like, you can grab a block. If the reach is a little bit much for you, take a little bit of stress off, give yourself a little bit more height as well. Holding here 2 more deep, beautiful breaths. And again, you don't have to crunch your neck. I don't want you to do that. It shouldn't be painful. It should just be a nice little stretch. You really don't have to go far here. Feel the stretch. Very good. And then we're going to just inhale, release that hand, bring it to the left side, right side. And bring it back to neutral. You're going to learn throughout these that my rights and lefts get confused with me consistently, but all is well. I am working on it. And we're going to switch sides. So left hand, that's correct, comes over to the right side. I'm doing it. And then exhale, gently bring it down. Right hand comes out to the side, again on a block or just on the mat. Holding here 3 deep breaths. And imagine, if you'd like to, cycling out that stagnant energy. So on the inhale, bringing it up through the body, up to the nose, the mouth, and then cycling it through. Very amazing. Releasing that left hand. On inhale, bringing the head back to its neutral alignment and bringing this right hand back in. So we're going to do some seated cat-cows. I really love seated cat-cows. So I'm going to turn to face the long edge of the mat so you can see it a little bit better. So seated nice and tall in this easy pose. We're going to inhale, pull the chest forward as we gently glance up towards the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to exhale round and contract through the spine, tucking the chin into the chest. And we're going to do that 4 more times. So inhaling and exhale. Amazing. Whatever pace you find fits your rhythm, it's what you need today. If you want to add some little movements, you're always more than welcome to add some circles. Well, that feels really amazing for some people. Or you can just stick to good old-fashioned cat-cow. Whatever works best for you. Good. After that last one, you can return to that easy-peasy pose. Sitting nice and tall, nice and neutral. I'm going to take some eagle arms. So I'm going to bring my arms out to the sides at a 90-degree angle, trying to keep them in line with the shoulders, or elbows in line with the shoulders, and then wrists above the elbows. Okay. Once we're here, we're going to bring the right arm in front of our vision. The left arm is going to come under with the crook of the elbow touching the right elbow, and you're going to bind once or twice, so feeling a really beautiful shoulder stretch. You can keep it here if this works for you, or you can take it a step further, and as you inhale, bring it up, just kind of bending through the back, almost like a cat pose. So pulling the chest forward, shoulder blades are opening, really feeling this expansion, hold in here. 2 more deep breaths. Very good. And what we're going to do is to release this on your next exhale. We're just going to round, contract through the back, again, kind of taking that cat-cow, and gently releasing as we inhale to come back up to our easy pose. And then we're going to switch sides. So right back to those, my clients, and I call these football arms, are going to bring left arm in front. Right arm under the crook of the elbows, touching the elbow of the left arm. Binding once or twice. And again, option to hold here, or inhale, bend through the back, upper back, pulling the chest forward. 2 more breaths. Very good. And on that next exhale, round and contract if you like. And then exhale, release. Very good. Let's stretch a little bit now that we've done some neck, some shoulders are really starting to feel that expansion, or really starting to feel open. A little bit of spine work. Inhaling, lifting both arms up, up, up ahead. Nice straight spine as we glance up. So we're not crooking the neck, we're not bending the neck, we're just glancing upwards and seeing what we can see. On the exhale, left hand comes down to the right knee. Right hand comes behind the back, and we're looking over our right shoulder. Option again, to have a block behind you. This supports your practice, and we're holding here for 3 deep breaths. Now this is a shorter flow today, about 25 to 30 minutes, just depending on how long you stop into poses. But it's going to be about, it's about 27 minutes. It's a nice in between there. 1 more breath. Beautiful, switch sides. Lifting up nice and tall, and exhaling down. 3 deep breaths. Looking over that left shoulder if you can. Very good. And then we're going to inhale, come back up. Exhale, bring those hands back down to our easy pose. Once here, we're going to bring our hands together at the heart to come to prayer pose. We're going to bow the head at the exhale to start. Inhale, bring those hands up, and you have a couple options here to do with the hands. So you can keep them in prayer pose, and on the exhale you can take a little mini dip to the right, or you can interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling if you're able, and then take the dip to the right. So whatever you'd like. Another option is to keep your right hand down, left hand comes up and over, palm facing the mat. And you can hold here for 3 deep breaths. Whichever variation you'd like. We're going to do that same way on the other side. So holding, just 2 more breaths. And you'll notice that again, I do tell you how many breaths we're holding poses here, and that is because I want you to have an idea of how the flow is going to go. I want you to kind of have an idea of what we're doing. So you can be in your own mind of, okay, this is how many breaths I'm taking, rather than waiting for my breaths. I implore you to inhale, come up, switch sides, to listen to your body. And I feel like by knowing how many breaths you're going to be taking, it's, okay, this is my breath. I'm not waiting for my instructor's breath, you know? So really just trying to empower you to listen to your body and listen to its cues a little bit, get into that mindfulness aspect as we inhale and come up, exhale and release. I like to shake out the arms a little bit after that, right? A little bit of blood flow, bring it back in there. From here, we're actually gonna come to stand, so let's do that. For me, if you'd like to come to stand, how do I do? I'm just gonna clap these hands forward, more in front of my shoulders, rock up onto my knees, stick my feet behind me, tuck the toes, and gently come all the way up to stand. Okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of circle of joy here today. This is one of my favorites. I really hope you can try and also, let me move this back, hold on. Just wanting to make sure my arms aren't cut off. Okay, so we're gonna start in a mountain pose. So feet are hip width distance apart. We are grounded down through all four corners of the foot. Right, it's a nice strong base. We're nice and engaged at the legs. From here, the hands are by the hips, palms facing forward. We have a nice straight back, and again, if that's a challenge for you, I implore you to kind of squeeze those shoulder blades together and bring the chest forward just a little bit, especially if you sit at a computer for long extended periods of time. So, once we're here, we're going to bring our hands to prayer pose. Take a nice deep breath, and we will begin. So, we're going to inhale, point the fingers forward, and push. Imagine pushing energy, pushing the tension in your body out and forward. Okay. As you exhale, we're going to bring these hands back up and have them start to fall at our sides. We inhale, we bring the hands back forward, grabbing all the energy we want to bring into our bodies. And then we exhale, pull it back in as we look straight forward and come back to that prayer pose. Okay, so we're going to do that 2 more times. Now that we have a little bit of a better idea of what we're doing. So I like to use this as like an energy circulation or a breath circulation. So what we're going to do is again take that nice restorative breath. Very good. Inhale, point those fingers forward. You can even look down here. Imagine pushing the energy you no longer want in your body out and away. And as you exhale, you bring the energy you want to cultivate to the top of your body. Bring the arms out, down into your side, showering yourself in that radiant new energy. And as you inhale, bring your hands forward. Imagine grabbing it all in your hands and exhaling it to heart center where it never leaves. Okay? One more time. I really love this flow. It makes me feel so good. This is one of my favorite things to do. So one last time, make it your own a little bit. We're going to big cleansing breath. Inhale, push. Exhale, come up as you open those hands out into the sides. Inhale, grab all that new energy, everything that you want to bring into yourself. Extend it into heart center as you look forward, knowing that you have it there and it's never going to leave. Beautifully done, I must say. From here, we're going to take a little bit of a mini sun salutation. So if you want to grab a block, I encourage it. I'm going to put it right in the middle of my mountain here. So, actually, I'm going to face you so you can see me a little bit better. So starting from our mountain pose, we're going to come back to that prayer. Okay, so mountain, exhale to prayer, keeping the hands here. What we're going to do is inhale, keeping the hands in that prayer if you'd like. We're going to just take a mini dip to the right, holding for one deep breath. Very good. As you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop it over to the left. One deep breath. Amazing work. Inhale, come back up to our center. And from here, we're going to exhale and take it down to our blocks. Okay? So we're at about halfway lift. So you can have 2 blocks here if you'd like. So we're at a halfway lift here about right now. You can have a gentle bend in the knees if you'd like. From here, we're going to keep both feet straight. Right hand is going to stay on the block. Do a little baby twist. Now you can keep your left hand up. You can also keep it behind your back. You can put it on your hip. Do whatever feels good for the body. Today, just do 2 more breaths. Very good. And then we're going to exhale, bring that back down. Inhale, switch sides. Left hand on the block. Right hand comes to float. And if it helps to make a little bit of a bend in the knees, again, you're more than welcome to take that. 1 more breath. Exhale, bring that hand down. Very good. On the inhale, You're going to push up from the blocks. Keep a little bit of a bend in the knees. Bring the hands up, 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 all the way up and come into that chair pose, making sure those knees are stacked over those ankles in a beautiful line. They're not too forward, they're not back. And you're really reaching. I imagine holding a beach ball with my hands. Nice straight back, the neck isn't looking down, it's in line with the spine. One more breath. Good, and then on the exhale, start to open the hands as you sink down a little bit lower, as if the stomach is touching the knees, if it can. Go as low as you can, like an airplane. And then inhale, shoot yourself up to come up to mountain pose. Really awesome work. I really love that. It's beautifully done. And then from here, we're just going to go down using our blocks if you'd like. Knees to the mat, big toes touch. Blocks can be discarded for now if you'd like. We're coming to a wild child's pose. Placing the head on the mat. Fingers are reaching up towards the top of the mat. Big toes are touching. The sit bone is reaching towards those feet. And again, if you want a little bit more support in this pose, if you're feeling like, oh, this is a little bit much on my hips, you are more than welcome to take a block, slide it under that sit bone, and take a seat. I find that really helps a lot of my clients. And you're going to take 3 deep breaths in this pose. Just focusing on the intention of this practice, checking in with the body and seeing how it feels now. You can notice that there's less tension. How do you feel? After this final breath, we're going to come up. Just bring those knees a little bit closer. So the knees are going to be touching here. Coming back, toes that are still touching, pushing that sit bone backward in a different variation of child's pose now, at least on the bottom. We're going to bring our hands to frame the feet, palms facing up. When our head is resting on the mat, you can also rest it on a bolster or blanket. If you can, we're going to take the fingers behind the back and interlace them. You're going to just stretch, reaching those fingers up and behind, getting a nice shoulder stretch here. If you would like as well, if you're able, if this is a little bit of a challenge, you can try just lifting them from the tailbone. It doesn't have to be super big, but if you want to, you can try to lift them straight up and back, away from the shoulders, almost in a straight line. And just feel that engagement, feel that stretch, as if someone is gently pulling your hands up and behind you. Do 2 more breaths here. Very good. To release this on the next breath or exhale, you're going to exhale, lower the hands to the tailbone, gently release the hold, and let them fall to either side. Take a nice deep cleansing breath there. And then you're going to bring the hands, frame the head, push up, come up onto the knees, reposition yourself to our tabletop. Let's thread some needles, get a little bit more beautiful spinal twist energy in there. So we're going to inhale, lift the right arm up, trying to stack it over the left. The hips are stacked over the knees. Exhale, threading it under the left. Left hand reaches towards the top of the mat, holding here 3 deep breaths. Very good. On the next exhale, bring that left hand right in front of the face. Push up. On inhale, come back and switch sides. So left hand comes up this time. Big stretch, we're stacked. And exhale, thread it under the right. Right arm reaches up. 3 deep breaths. Very good. Again, on that exhale, slide that hand down right in front of your face. Push up on the inhale from the mat. Coming back into that tabletop, we are just going to swing the feet out to one side, come onto the sit bone, and come up to our backs. So once we're on our backs, We're keeping the toes and the feet planted on the mat for now, so the knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. On the next exhale, you're going to bring those knees into the chest by kicking the feet off the mat nice and gently. Wrap hands around the knees, holding them and pulling them into the chest here. Gonna get a nice spinal stretch here, nice spinal massage as well. Option to hold here if you'd like. Also, if you have a strap, use it to wrap around your feet. Kind of bring the knees into your chest that way. Option here is to continue to hold like this for 3 deep breaths, or tuck the chin to the chest slightly and roll side to side or back and forth. Back and forth is a little hard for me. So try to take it slow, getting what you can get. Rocking it side to side again if you'd like. We're doing 3 deep breaths. And whatever variation of this that you'd like. Very good. And then from here on the next exhale or inhale, you're going to release. Bring feet down all the way towards the bottom of the mat. Hands come up, do a big full body stretch here. Bring the hands to prayer pose as you banana. Bring the legs to the right together and the hands to the right, making almost like a little C or a banana with your body towards the right. Just 2 big breaths. Inhale back to center. Exhale, banana to the left. Inhale back to center. Release the hands, release the feet. You can bring the hands to frame the sit bone and the hips as you start to sink into your Shavasana. This is a little bit on the low back. Option always to bend at the knees, plant the feet on the mat nice and wide, and let the knees just fall into each other. You always have that option. So as you hold the Shavasana, I'll invite you to close the eyes, relax the muscles in the face, check in as you do a little bit of a scan down the body. So how is the neck feeling now? Do you notice a difference in tension? Does it feel lighter? How does the chest, the upper back, and shoulders feel? Are they lighter than when they started? So going all the way down to the rest of the body, how has the energy shifted? Are you still holding on to anything that isn't serving you? If you are, that's totally okay. Let's, in this last couple moments that we have here in this practice, as our eyes are closed in our Shavasana, imagine something, just one thing that is no longer serving you. And I want you to, on inhales, just imagine it lifting out and up towards the top of the body. And as you exhale, you release it, as it's no longer yours, the art of letting go. And as you inhale after that, again, imagine making that thing smaller and smaller with every single exhale of release until it's no longer there. So I'm going to do about 5 cycling breaths. You can do as many as you'd like. And when you feel that it's just lighter, it's not as noticeable, I'll invite you to just notice your breathing, fall into a Shavasana state, and I will pull you out of it. I'll wake you when it is time to finish. gently beginning to bring consciousness back to the body. You can start to move the muscles in the face and in the mouth, maybe open and gently close the mouth, wiggle the nose a little, wiggle fingers and toes. When you're ready to readjust to the light, you can gently blink the eyes open. And when you're ready, rolling over onto one side, pushing yourself up into any seated position that is comfortable for you. We are going to end this practice by inhaling, lifting the hands and the new energy that we created for ourselves up above our heads. As we hold it firmly in our hands, we exhale, bringing all of that down to our heart center. And as we bow forward, we know it never leaves. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It was a pleasure to flow with you, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.